What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're checking out the DC deck building game Rebirth One Shot Pack 1, Cry for Justice, and One Shot Pack 2, Time Heist. Now, this was part of the DC deck building game Justice League Dark Kickstarter that happened in 2023. Currently, it's 2024, a year after, and all the stuff's come in. So, you can see on the back that's just, they're labeled as such. So, let's take a look at each one. And I'll be completely honest, I have not played a single game of Rebirth yet. Oh, okay. So it's a package within a package. I think I appreciate that. But let's see what is inside. That's it. You have your main deck cards. You have your oversized character cards. You have your scenario card. And you have another scenario card that specifically works with Dark Knight's Metal. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, we'll go into that in a second, but... Oh, and then we have the character standees. Obviously, we have Green Arrow and Black Canary here. They come out like so. Pretty cool. Set them right there, and let's go ahead and take a look at their cards. They're oversized character cards. And it's even labeled as Rebirth OS One Shot 1. Green Arrow. First time you play a non-starter assist card each turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is equipment or assist card, draw it. Otherwise, you may discard it. That's pretty interesting. Next, we have Black Canary. Pay 3 move. Attach a weakness to a villain in your space. Weakness cards on a villain reduce its costs by 1. So that's actually pretty cool. This is very much like putting a wound on a villain or supervillain in the Marvel deck building game known as Legendary. So those are pretty cool abilities. I would almost say that Black Canaries is more useful. But let's get into the main deck cards and see what is in store. So we have Bow and Arrows. That is Green Arrow's signature card 1. Trick Shot, signature card 2. And Red Arrow. This one looks to be a female variant. The one I'm thinking of is a guy, but I'm thinking about it from like Young Justice. So different continuity, different volume can always be different depending on what you are reading or watching. Alternatively, we have Motorcycle, Black Canary move card. Black Canary 1, that is. Black Canary 2 is the Canary Cry. And Black Canary 3 is Bird of Prey. That's kind of cool. Oh, okay, straight to the supervillain, Prometheus. That's a really cool artwork. 10 cost. Attack, destroy an equipment within range 2. Reward, deal 1 damage to each location within range 1 of Prometheus. Add 2 cards to the lineup. Target player may gain a card within range 1. Pretty neat. Oh, and then Impossible mode. Surgical Strikes. I don't even know what that is, but it's impossible. Ongoing. Each time a villain moves into your space during step 3 of the turn sequence, or you move into a villain space, reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card costs 1 or greater, discard it. Okay, some normal main deck cards. We have Arsenal, who I was actually thinking of in terms of Red Arrow. So I guess he would have passed the mantle to the other character. Kind of cool. The Electrocutioner, who has the coolest name. Love it. Martial Artist, which is a defense card, so that's pretty rad. Speedy, who again is a archer, so that's like, I want to say Speedy, Red Arrow, then Arsenal. Maybe that's like the hierarchy of sidekicks for Green Arrow, so that's kind of cool. Trick Arrow, which I swear this is art from one of those movies, which I don't hate. I love those animated movies. They always look really good. All for One. Oh, that's a side mission. I didn't really know what that is, but that's neat. Watch the Birdie. Another side mission. I wonder if it matters that one is like superpower colored and the other one's just a hero colored in that blue. Then you have your one-shot scenario. This card here. There's a whole lot of setup. I think we'll do a video on it, and we'll really dive into what goes into that, because it's quite a bit to go over right now. And let's look at these other oversized cards. This one is the one-shot scenario Cry for Justice. We'll just read the story of it. A string of robberies across the world leaves various labs barren of the tech they were developing. The Justice League must find the people behind all these thefts before it's too late and their nefarious plot comes to fruition. Pretty rad. So rewards, specification. Okay. So let's take a look at the Dark Knight's Metal one-shot scenario. Barbados and his Dark Knights seek to consume our multiverse. Batman and Superman have been captured in the Dark Multiverse by Barbados's lieutenant, the Batman Who Laughs. It's up to the rest of the Justice League to rescue the captured superheroes and stop the Bat God. That's actually really cool and a huge, like, comic book thing. Like, this is the kind of stuff that make me want to read the comics, and surprise, surprise, I have gotten more into the comics as I've gotten more into this game. So that's really cool, and that's it for this first scenario. So what I will, well, I'm going to do no matter what, is probably just section off all this stuff kind of together. I'm going to have to make sure I keep them separated enough so that I don't accidentally mix stuff from One Shot 1 with 2 or the original Rebirth, unless that's my intention, although I don't think it will be. Now, we are looking at number 2, Time Heist. And if what I recall is correct, then part of the Time Heist will be the Atom, which I'm sure has some comic book dealings, but reminds me greatly of like Endgame and Ant-Man being a part of that. And it does look like that is the case. You have the Atom and Vixen. Not necessarily two characters that I would put together, but there you go. There seems to be a lot less to this one. That one had 2 oversized cards, including one that included Dark Knight's Metal, and that's really rad. This one is just has the one-shot scenario for the Time Heist. That's okay, fair. Then let's take a look at the oversized characters. The Atom. The first time you play a card with a cost 1, 2, or 3 each turn, you may put a different card with a cost 1, 2, or 3 from your discard pile into your hand. That seems pretty good. Recycling. Vixen. Once per turn, if you play 4 or more cards with different card types this turn, +1 power and draw a card. You know, the cool thing about this is that they both kind of work outside of Rebirth, so you could just use them in pretty much any game. Whereas I think Green Arrow actually had an assist. Yeah, if you play a non-starter assist card, so that kind of limits it to being in this set or a set that maybe Confrontation, but I don't think that would really work because he doesn't have like different levels. So I think this only works in this set, whereas Black Canary, well, you do have to pay 3 moves, so I guess that kind of also goes for that. And I kind of wish they had gone with foil, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at the main deck cards. Okay, so we at least have a training scenario by the looks of it. Vixen number 1, signature card, we have Tantu Totem. It's pretty cool. Vixen 2, movement card, tap the Life Web. Then Vixen 3, Animal Instincts. For Atom 1 is a move card. That looks like a cartoon thing. Atom Suit. Atom 2, Catch a Ride. Then Atom 3, Size Manipulation. Kronos, pretty cool. He has the hourglass there. He's just a regular villain, though. What super villain are we going to get? Oh, is he? No, he is just a villain, but then there's an impossible mode, Out of Time. Ongoing, the first time a villain moves onto a location each turn, reveal the top card of the main deck. If it is a superpower or equipment, destroy it. That's going to get really rough. The Atom Ryan Choi. This is really cool. I think this is the version that we see in Injustice 2 as DLC. Ooh, Firestorm. He's another cool one that I don't really know enough about. I think it's like one dude that kind of combines with the mind of another dude and he gains fire powers or something. I'm not sure. Ooh, Hawkman. Really cool guy. Into the Microverse. Okay, that's pretty fun. Is that Chemo? Chemo? It might be Chemo. Huh. Nuclear Fusion. This is Rebirth. One Shot 2, and that's your side mission. Berserk Fury, side mission. Oh, and it even has a different backing to it. So I'm wondering if I should just make these clearbacks, or because they're obviously not these generic Cryptozoic backs, which will be in yellow sleeves, because that's just how I have mine. These might be either a different color or just be clear. Haven't really decided just yet. We'll decide later. Then we have the one-shot scenario. One-shot scenario can be played either by itself as a standalone scenario or integrated into a full campaign as a side scenario. That didn't really go into too much. But here's the training scenario, learning the ropes. Welcome to Rebirth. Before you tackle a full Rebirth campaign, try out this short introductory scenario. Can you defeat 2 supervillains before the time runs out? If you cannot add a card to the lineup, the scenario ends. You will need to work together as a team of 2 to 4 players, or solo, to maneuver around the city, protect vital locations, and defeat the villains to earn a team victory. Now, the weird thing is that this is from scenario 2. Oh no, this is a promo. Okay, so this wouldn't even normally be in here. So the main one is the Time Heist. So let's read the Time Heist. Although this is actually really good. Again, why did they put this in number 2? This should be maybe just to add more content to it, but it would make more sense for this to be in number 1. That said, I don't think they sold these separately. I think they were kind of a bundled pack. And in that, I think it makes more sense just to add more content to number 2. Although I guess if you use that as like reference, you could have just made this one number 1 and made that one number 2. Anyway, we have the one-shot scenario Time Heist. The Atom's old nemesis, Kronos, has gone on a stealing spree throughout time. His hourglass allows his allies extra moments to recover, making them impossible to defeat. Defeating Kronos himself also poses a challenge as he keeps jumping in and out of the current time. You'll need to defeat his crew while Kronos' time-traveling capabilities are out of play to stop his present heist. So I wonder if time travel will be a special mechanic, because they did say that, but out of time, yeah, I'm not sure, but it is rather interesting. And you know what? This does add quite a bit to our gameplay. Now, as for the one I'm most excited to play, probably, well, if I'm being completely honest, it's probably learning the ropes, just because I don't know how to play it yet. And this seems to be the most kind of friendly to a new person playing this. Other than that, I would probably say the Dark Knight's Metal one, facing off against, what was it, God Batman or something? Or the Bat God. That's going to be the coolest one. Well, guys, that's it for the DC deck building game Rebirth. One Shot Pack 1, Cry for Justice, and One Shot Pack 2, Time Heist. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams of both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.